episode of The Mate Show. Welcome, you guys.
Hey, Lauren and
Hey,
Mackenzie.
Got Mackenzie here today, special guest.
Hi, Mackenzie. Thanks for coming today.
Mackenzie and I are super pumped about learning from Sarah Jean about graphic design and designing a logo. We love all of her logos and all of her designs that she's made in her books.
Aww.
So fun. So fun.
Thanks, Lauren. Yeah, so today I'm just going to be showing y'all a little bit about how to come up with a logo design composition. So we're just going to be working on our thumbnails today, which is kind of what you would work on first. If you're designing a logo, it's kind of like the first step in the whole process. So I guess what we need to do is just get a little information from you, Lauren, about what our business name is, kind of the look we're going for, the emotion, not really emotion, but just kind of the vibe we're trying to convey with our logo. So, do you want to tell us?
So today I was thinking it would be fun to make a logo for my class that I teach a lot, and it's called Painting Prayers, or Paint and Pray. Something you can play with the words. Either one of those words are fine. But what it is I teach people. We kind of pray together, maybe pray through a certain scripture, or pray for a certain group of people, and then we paint that prayer together. And everybody's prayers kind of end up looking different. But it's all about that act of worshiping the Lord through creating. And so I've really enjoyed teaching this class, and I thought it'd be such a fun thing to have a logo for to promote teaching that class.
I love that. Yes. Okay. So we're going to get started with our thumbnails, and I'll kind of show y'all the process of, kind of how to come up with some ideas. So, okay, here we go. All right. So I think the first thing you're going to do, what I like to do, I'm going to divide my paper into 6 parts. So I'm just going to make 6 different thumbnails. And just remember, this does not have to be perfect looking. I'm just doing the ruler because I want my lines straight. I'm not doing like equal sections or anything. And this is just to get an idea of what we want for our composition. It's not going to, it doesn't have to be perfect. So the first thing we're going to think of when we're coming up with a logo is the name. And so the name is Paint and Pray, or Painting Prayers. So sometimes that can give us a good starting point. Like I kind of was thinking of the Apple logo is basically an apple. So, I mean, that's kind of where they went. It's just very literal. So I don't know if we want to go that literal. But the first thing I thought of when you told me the name was just a painting. So I'm going to draw a box, which would be kind of the size of a canvas. And I'm going to, right now, let's just go with Paint and Pray. Do you think? And we can change it if we want. If you could come up with something.
Sometimes I use like paint and then a plus sign, pray.
Oh, I like that.
Visual to use.
Yes, I'm going to use that. So I'm going to write
thumbnails. I don't know.
I'm going to write Paint and Pray, and then I'm going to do just like a little frame around the box. So it looks like a little painting.
Cute.
So that's one idea. My frame doesn't look real exact, I just realized, but that's okay because it's just a thumbnail. We're just getting the idea of a logo.
Have you read that book, Ish?
No, I think you told me about it though.
One of my favorites. That's a painting Ish. It's fine. It's great. It's wonderful.
Exactly. It doesn't have to be exact. Okay. And another idea. Okay. So we have the name, and then I'm going to do, this is very literal, Lauren, and I don't know if you're going to like this or not, but I'm going to draw a little bit of a paintbrush, a paintbrush-ish.
Love it.
And so that's kind of
Ish.
Wait, what did you say?
I was asking Mackenzie to do the book. It's Peter Reynolds who did the dot.
Get that.
Dot.
Okay, so here's my paintbrush.
Oh yeah.
And I'm going to draw some praying hands around my paintbrush.
Okay.
I know this might be a little cheesy, but I don't know. You might like it. Who knows? I shouldn't say that in case you really end up liking it. And you know how bad, I think I've told you before, I'm so bad at drawing hands. Like these hands don't look great, so I
No,
apologize.
she is good at drawing hands. Are you good at drawing hands? A little bit.
Wait, you're good at drawing hands, Mackenzie? No?
Kind of.
Kind of? Oh,
You think
jealous.
feet are easier to draw? Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Well,
okay.
hands, I guess.
Okay, so I have my praying hands around my paintbrush. And then the negative, I was going to make kind of like a negative space. So it wouldn't be like a literal paintbrush. It would be more like the space in between the hands that looks,
Cool.
you know what I'm saying?
I
So
like
I don't know. And then you could do paint and pray. And you know, logos, a lot of times there's a symbol associated with it. So, I mean, it's not always, you know, it doesn't always have to do with the type exactly. It can be just a symbol that's a standalone symbol. So I'm going to try paint and pray, just drawing kind of an abstract symbol. It doesn't have to be anything in particular. You know, I was thinking about like the Nike logo and that kind of thing. Those symbols are just so closely associated with the brand. It's just like obviously everybody knows that logo. And but it's kind of an abstract logo. And then okay, so this is, I don't know, I'm just kind of drawing like a flower as a symbol.
Like that. I'm playing with the paintbrush idea.
Yeah, I know. I thought that was kind of fun. Okay, so, and then we can go real minimal. And another thing too is like, so this logo is very confined to a certain space, but then you can kind of have fun with it and make it break out of that geometric space. So I'm going to try that a little bit over here, where it doesn't necessarily fit in a certain form. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. I love the way you keep talking about the negative and positive space and the way that you could use both of those for a logo.
Yeah, I wish I was better at thinking of ideas for that, because I see sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so genius. How did people come up with that? You know what I mean? Like little like logos that really use that negative space.
Was it FedEx that has the arrow inside of it?
Yes, I love that.
Like something you don't, did you know that? The FedEx logo has an arrow inside of it. It's like subconsciously you see FedEx and you think, oh, they are fast. They are moving forward because there's an arrow in it. I'll show it to you later. You never noticed that.
Okay, so I made one that's just very minimal, and this could be kind of like a paint stroke, like a brush stroke. Okay, I'm gonna do another one that's kind of like kind of a combination of the type and symbol composition. Are y'all coming up with anything over there?
Here is what I'm playing with. Can you see any of that?
Oh yeah. Oh, I love the type on the bottom, the two fonts. Or I mean, obviously not real fonts, but it looks good. I love the one with the paintbrush too.
So you can play with any of that. I was
So
playing
cute.
with the arrow at the end of pray. You see that? I don't know. I
Yes.
was thinking about adding like a cross, but an arrow like paint and like look up kind of thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I love it. So I kind of, I don't know, thought of these shapes and thought you could use the circular pattern around it, kind of like a brush stroke too. So it would look like paint and then just some lines coming out. And then, so one more I thought of too was maybe having two paintbrushes kind of crisscross. And another one here. And then have it say paint. And pray. So, how's it going, Mackenzie?
Good.
Good?
I have people waking up from naps.
Oh no. Okay. Well, we can
No,
go
they're-
ahead and
No,
we
they're
can go
not.
ahead and wrap up in a second. So these are kind of the logos I came up with. And if you have any, sorry, I know there's a shadow right here. I'm going to try to move this. If there's any that you like, just send me elements of one. There's our picture frame, our praying hands, which are not great, obviously. I have a paint and pray with a flower, paint and pray with a brush stroke, paint and pray with a circle, and then here's my paintbrush crisscross.
I feel like the paintbrush crisscross and the one above it are my favorite ones.
This one?
Yeah.
And this one?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, those are the ones we'll work with. And we can talk about color next week and type, because those are two other really important elements to your logo. Because think of all the brands that you associate with their certain colors and also their fonts. So we'll work on that next week.
Okay. Well, I'm so excited about it. Did you
Yeah,
have-
me too.
No, no. All right. Well, thank you so much, Sarah Jean.
All right. Thanks, you guys.
We'll
Y'all have a good
see you soon.
afternoon.
Bye. You too.
Bye.